Flawless was right about this, honestly, 5 days ago. Clubs now need to just be assholes and go like, here's the bid. You go figure out the replacement on your own terms. I don't know what's this like new. There's like this new thing now where every time you want to buy a player, you have to wait for the selling club to buy a replacement type shit. And I'm just like, that's not my problem.
Husam, that means your club has to hold the responsibility for being a nice guy. You just said the nice guys finished last. Liverpool tried to be a nice guy. So you have a part to hold in this.
Did Isak behave correctly this summer?
No, listen. Like I said about Isak,
did Isak behave correctly this summer? Please, can you answer, please? I promise I'm not going to interrupt you, but can you just answer me? Did Isak behave correctly?
Did what he did for his move. Isak did what he did. Gyokeres did the
That's
same
not
thing.
an answer, Dayo. Come on, you're very opinionated. I know you're capable of telling me an opinionated opinion.
Because every player is different and how they will act is different. Isak did what he needed to do because
I know that he did what he needed to do. I asked you a question, was it right? Be honest.
For him, it was right. In his own, that's the right thing for him to do. Because he
now anything you say, I accept because you have acknowledged that the player who says fuck the club and the training and the preseason and get his move is the correct one. And that's why Dayo, you worked with me during the Gyokeres saga. Did I say anything negative about Gyokeres? Be honest.
Point. I'm not talking about the negativity. What you said that is negative or positive here. What I'm saying again, Husam, which you refuse to totally accept, is this. It's simple. Crystal Palace and Newcastle are run two clubs run differently. Players are not going to act the exact same way across the board.
Crystal Palace.
That is the dumbest thing for us to expect. To say that, the same way Isak acted with Newcastle is how another player must act when they're with Crystal Palace. It doesn't work that way because the clubs are run differently. That's what I'm saying, number one. Number two, it's simple. Your club played the nice guy. Liverpool should have put the money down earlier and said, forget you guys, here's the money. Guehi, are you coming? We give you 2 weeks. You cannot play in this game. You cannot play in that game. When Arsenal went in for Eze with Crystal Palace and they said he had to play a game, what did we say? The deal was, look, here's the money. Here's everything. We don't want him to play. We're trying to avoid any injuries. They don't want him to play. And guess what? They pushed late and won. The thing is, regardless of what it is, my point is there is a part that your club has to hold on to here, which is they played the nice guy. They did. Yeah, whatever it is, Guehi being the nice guy, not moving, fair enough. Isak being the bad guy.
I beg you, don't do this. I beg you, please.
But you can't be objective and say that you guys.
He's not being objective.
Be objective.
How am I not
being? Okay, can I just say one statement and then react to it?
Was on September 30th.
Can I just make one statement and then react to it? Make one statement.
2 months ago,
the guy who was an asshole to his club didn't turn up to training, didn't turn up to preseason, and said, fuck off, I'm not playing for you anymore, is now got his wish and is a Liverpool player. Same with Wissa and Newcastle. The guy who was respectful, didn't hand in a transfer request, didn't post any Instagram stories, showed up to training, played in the Premier League, showed up to preseason, now had his dream move pulled from underneath his feet because of his incompetent club.
Again, I hear you and I agree with you on that particular. Two things can be true, though. Your club also has the part of they played the nice guy, and which is why they ended up last. If you can't agree that two things can be true, I haven't said Guehi's behavior was wrong, like, or it's good, or Isak's behavior. You've given your opinion about that, and I'm like, yeah, fair enough. Maybe that's why it didn't happen. But the truth is that the second side of the coin, Liverpool should have gone in earlier and put the money down. They wasted time. It's that simple as well. They also wasted time. They played the nice guy. I'm not saying that whatever the case is, we can't hold players alone responsible.
What does this have to do with Guehi playing the nice guy for this deal not going through? It has nothing to do with the players.
It
has nothing to do. No, sorry, Dayo. It has Husam trying to do this. It has nothing to do with what Guehi was doing. That's not why this move didn't happen. This move didn't happen, and why moves don't happen is between clubs and agents. Has nothing to do with how a player acts during the time of a transfer.
Yeah, so tell us, genius, why the move didn't happen. Tell us. I won't interrupt you once. Here, tell me why the move didn't happen here.
Oh, well, according to Husam, the deal didn't happen because Guehi didn't act like a jerk, didn't act like an idiot during the whole saga. Are we to believe that?
So when I muted myself, so Vader Games can tell me his opinion, and then Vader Games proceeds to tell me Husam's opinion.
Because when you hear it out loud,
Vader Games, I ask you again, why is the Guehi deal off according to Vader? Forget me. Here, I mute myself.
I don't want to answer it according to Vader. I want the whole audience in the chat to understand. This player did not get the move, did not get his dream move because he didn't act like an idiot during the transfer saga? Are we really on this panel to believe that if he acted like, oh, I'm not playing for you anymore, oh, I'm going to go on vacation in Spain, that he would have had this deal? Is that what we're trying to do?
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah. As much as it pays me to.
Thank you, Flawless.
The one thing I disagree with you on, Vader, it's not acting like an idiot. I don't think acting in the best interest of you is necessarily means acting like an idiot.
Okay.
You got to look after numero
The point
uno.
is, of course, every player's got to look out for self.
Yes,
But it's the agent, it is the club that
It's
gets
everybody.
business done.
yeah, it's not.
But what I will say is, like, as an agent, you don't really have to do too much.
but
when
you
you
can
got a
im-
free next year.
But you can impact it though. That's the thing, is Vader. It's an impact thing. Can the player impact making a move? Yes, it's not solely on the player. His agent has to do the business. The buying club has to do the business. The
Thank
selling
you.
club has
Now
to do
we're
the
having a
business.
balanced convo.
Yeah.
But
Just
when we were
say
all
that,
on mute,
From
sorry,
Guehi's side, right? He don't have to do too much. You can stay at Palace for one more year, go win the Conference League, and then get a fat sign-on bonus at your next
Nah,
club.
wait until somebody. But you know where you run the risk with that, Lewis. Let's say another centre back who's better than you becomes available. That's where you run the risk.
But
Another
why?
centre back.
all
Because
that-
they weren't the only ones looking for a centre back.
Flawless. I
Yeah.
hear you.
Let's
Flawless.
say, by the way, God forbid.
Well,
Let's say, God forbid, Guehi gets injured till the end of the season. God forbid. Now what?
Okay,
He's
so
screwed.
Flawless.
Worst case
Okay, so
scenario,
Flawless,
innit?
Flawless, I hear you when you say a player
Yeah.
can impact and can impact the transfer. You're right? The
Yeah.
player can't impact the transfer. The question is, if Liverpool had put money down earlier, the player could do more.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. So
Yes,
that's what
I
I'm saying.
agree.
I'm saying that earlier, like the minute
No,
you
but
do
Guehi
that-
is
Hold on, hold on. Let me give you an
guy.
example. Let me give you an example. You put 110 million down first for Isak a few weeks ago, right? So Isak knew that, all right, these guys are going to come for me. So Isak could go all out fighting for what he needed. Like he knew that this was going to happen. Guehi's first official bid again was on the 30th. My point is, you did not put a bid over a month ago.
Nah, this was the second bid, wasn't
You were
it?
linked-
It's-
you know,
It was
you
the
were linked-
second bid, not the
you were
first one.
You were linked and you were talking. There was no official bid. You did not put a bid a month ago.
Our first bid was 30 million.
Stop this
Dayo,
lying.
don't build something based on a false
Stop
fact.
this lies.
Our
when
first
was
bid
the
was
first
30 million.
When was it? When was the first bid?
Like a month ago,
The first
bro.
official bid
Okay.
that Liverpool put. Google it now. Pull it up. You
Yes,
lied.
there was, bro. You're the one
Okay,
that
and then they rejected it. Was there a second bid
Was there
before
second-
today?
it was-
No, so Liverpool didn't bid again until
because they
deadline
want
day.
to-
So Liverpool have
replacement.
to hold smoke for that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they wanted the replacement, bro.
no,
Yeah,
no.
well,
Guehi should have not shown up for training. That's why this.
Nah, that
No,
hold
the thing is, though, no, Vader. That's a part of it, though. If he would have
It's
done
a
that,
part. Yeah, but
Yes.
this
It's a
is
part.
why I want the balance. Flawless. You're here bringing a balanced conversation. Prior to this, it was like, this is why good guys finish last. He should have acted like Isak. That was the conversation. So I'm glad that we're having a balance on that.
What I will say on this is
Flawless
when-
agrees with me, Vader, though. So what are
No.
you cooking salmonella?
no, but
Flawless agrees with both things being a factor, not just one, which
My
was
brother,
your
you're
point.
missing the point.
Hold
Liverpool
on,
made
hold
the
on.
30. Let me tell you exactly what happened, and then all of you criticize my club as much as you want. Liverpool made the 30 million bid. Crystal Palace proceeded to say, let's go get replacements, just like fucking incompetent Newcastle. Let's go get replacements. So Liverpool gave them, go ahead, get your replacements, Habibi. And Guehi, because he's not that type of guy, this has been reported 100 million times, you can go check it. Guehi is not the type of guy to put on a transfer request. He's not the type of guy to make a kick up a fuss or anything. So he was very respectful and didn't get his move. The reason why Flawless agrees with me is, if Guehi did kick up a fuss, don't show up to training, he would have been a Liverpool player now. It's the truth.
Okay, so the point I want to add here is looking at the Eze deal. There's two or three factors that people need to really focus on in this deal. One is obviously Palace, when they sold Eze, they didn't actually have a replacement. So you can make the argument that if the bid is high enough, Palace would do the deal. However, what is the detriment to that argument is where Glasner's mentality was on deadline day, having sold Eze without a replacement. This time it was, you can't sell this guy without a replacement, right? So I do think there's a slight difference there. I will then flip it back to Liverpool thought they had all their ducks in a row. They're going to swoop in on deadline day. They're going to do Guehi. They're going to do Isak. And unfortunately, like, this is why it's negative doing business this late in the window. Because when things go wrong, the wiggle room you have the flexibility you have to pivot, it doesn't exist. And what you were faced with was Palace said, hey, looking at our list of transfer targets, we're willing to keep Guehi rather than keep going down this list. Like, it's more cost effective for us to keep this guy till January than to go down this list. And Liverpool it is their timing of the bid that has also led to this, just as much as Palace reneging on the deal.
I mean, Palace reneging on the deal is a horrible thing for them to do last minute after a medical has been done. That I totally agree with.
That's insane.
I think that is so disrespectful to Liverpool. It doesn't matter whether Liverpool is bigger than them or not. It's disrespectful to Watford if you do that to them on the just don't do that to clubs. Medical's done, bid's been accepted. Let's move on. But here's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they actually disrespected Guehi himself, by the way.
But my thing is they put that condition.
He was mid-medical.
Hold on. They put that condition on it before, and they knew with that condition they could pull the deal. They said, unless we get a replacement. Like that condition alone is the same thing with option to buy and an obligation to buy in most of these contracts. When you hear option to buy, it means if he does well, we have the option to buy. Obligation to buy is you have to buy the player after that loan is done. So for them to put in the clause and say, unless we get a replacement, Liverpool should have insisted and said no. Because again, we saw a deal with Eze where they had no replacement for Eze just before the Guehi deal. So this idea that a replacement thing was also the problem, I don't think is true. My thing is, I think that both clubs, honestly, Crystal Palace did not want to let go of the player. And I think Liverpool should have swooped in at least 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's a question of being too nice thing as well, because I've never this is news to me in this window. This is the first time I've heard any of our clubs go to buy a player and go, all right, we'll sign him, but we'll wait for you to buy a replacement. That has never ever been a thing. I've been watching football a long time. I have seen many a transfer window. Never have I seen Liverpool, Chelsea, City, Spurs, Arsenal, or Manchester United go in for a player and go, all right, we're going to sign the player. You want him to sell us to him. We want to buy him and you want to sell him, but we're going to wait for you to buy a replacement.
Where do you guys stand on Glasner quits if they sell Guehi? I don't think we were a million miles away from that. I genuinely think, looking at all the discourse from today and what Glasner said and what he said after the last game, I kind of think he might have quit. Like, if they sold Guehi, he might have quit.
If he had said
but
that.
Can I ask generally all of you a question?
I want the United jobs free. I hear it.
I just want to show to you the hypocrisy of the situation and why Vater's a gaslighter.
I hope it's a month.
Even Flawless, who hate my club, is spitting the truth.